everyone. In this video, let us see what is power factor and what is the importance of power factor. So this is the power system. Power system means it's a combination of generating station, otherwise called as the power plant, and transmission system and distribution system, and including the load. These are combinedly called as power systems. And here from the generating station, the required value of voltage will be generated, power will be generated, and it is given to the consumer. So the power factor is the factor that will come into play at the time of using the type of load by the consumer. So consider this the generating station. So here, for example, from the generating station, 20 volt and 1 amp, I'm considering here the 20 units will be sent to the consumer through this transmission and distribution system. So the type of load used by the consumer is highly inductive in nature. So due to that, the amount of power sent by the generating station is 20 units. Because of the inductive nature of the load, the 20 units, all 20 units sent by the generating station is again returned back to the generating station itself due to the high inductive nature of the load. So the load is highly inductive means what will happen? The amount of unit sent by the generating station is again returned back to the generating station by the load due to the type of the load used by the consumer. And now let us see. So this is this AC sine waveform. This is the alternating waveform. During the positive half cycle of the AC supply, the power is transferred from the generating station to the load. That is, normally 20 units will be sent from the generating station to the load. And during the negative half cycle of this AC supply, if the load is highly inductive, the power is again returned to the generating station. That is, all the received power, this 20 units will be returned back to the source because of the high inductive nature of the load used by the consumer. Suppose instead of using high inductive load, RL load will be used by the consumer, right? Previously only inductive type load is used, that is highly inductive in nature. Now the inductive load plus resistance will be added. So the RL type of load is used by the consumer means what will happen? Initially the 20 units will be sent by the generating station. Because of this RL load, only 5 units will be returned. So the received number of units by the consumer is 20 units from the generating station, but the type of load used by the consumer is RL load. Due to the nature of that load used by the consumer, what will happen? The 15 units will be consumed by the consumer. The RL load will consume 15 units, remaining 5 units will be sent back to the source, right? So initially 20 units will be sent, the load take 15 units for its functioning, and remaining 5 units, 20 minus 15 was the 5 units, that 5 units again returned to the source. So the amount of units returned by the load is due to the inductive nature of the particular load operated by the consumer. So here see this one, during the positive half cycle, 20 units will be sent to the consumer by means of the generating station. That is, the power transfer takes place from the source to the load. The load used by the consumer is RL type load, resistive and inductive type load, combination of resistance and inductance. Due to the RL type of load, only 5 units will be returned to the generating station or source. The 15 units will be consumed by the RL load, so that the negative portion will be very small as compared to the positive portion. So the 20 watts are sent by the generating station to the load. The load consumes 15 units, the remaining 5 units is returned to the generating station due to the inductive nature of RL type load. So now let us see. The first type of load used by the consumer is highly inductive in nature. So the apparent power sent to the consumer from the generating station is what? It is the 20 units. So the power utilized or the power truly taken by the consumer is what? 0 units. right? One returned power is 20 units. So the sent power is 20 units. Because of high inductive nature of the load, the amount of power returned from the load to the source is full 20 units. So the only 0 units will be consumed by the inductive type of load. So at the time, the power factor will be calculated by using this formula, that is, what is the actual power consumed by the consumer, that is called utilized power or true power, divided by apparent power sent from the generating station. So actual power utilized by the consumer is 0 units. So 0 divided by the apparent power is sent by the generation station is 20. 0 by 20 is 0 power factor, right? And if the consumer is using RL type of load, already I said that the apparent power sent from the generating station is 20 units. Because of RL type of load, the amount of power consumed by the RL type load is 15 units. So 20 minus 15, remaining 5 units will be returned to the source from the load. So the power factor of this RL type load is nothing but utilized power is divided by apparent power. So utilized power is actually used power by the consumer, it is 15, divided by the apparent power sent from the generating station to the load is 20. So that we are getting the 0.75 as the power factor. So here consider this is the formula already we discussed in the previous slide. So now I have taken the different values of apparent power and the utilized power. So suppose from the generating station, the 20 units will be sent to the consumer, but the 8 units will be used by the particular load. So if you are taking the ratio with respect to the apparent power, the value is 0.4. Suppose the number of units sent by the generating station is 10 units, but actually that amount of power utilized by the source load is 8 units, means the ratio of this utilized power with respect to the apparent power sent from the generating station is 0.8. Like that, the 20 units sent and the utilized power is only 10 units, so that we are getting the factor as 0.83. And suppose the 15 units will be sent from the generating station to the load. So actually the 12 units will be consumed by the load, remaining 3 units will be returned to the generating station, so that the power factor will be 0.8. So like that, 25 units will be sent, means the utilized power is 22, the remaining 3 units again sent from the load to the source, so that we are getting the power factor as 0.88. So like that, 40 units will be apparently sent from the generating station to the load. So the actual unit consumed by the load is 38. Remaining 2 units will be again sent to the or returned to the source from the load, so that we are getting the power factor 0.95. So here these are all the ratio of utilized power to the apparent power sent from the generating station. So what these value indicates? So from all these values, among these values, this is the top value, that is the first value is 0.95 and the second value is 0.80 and third value is 0.83, right? So from these values we can define what is the power factor. It is nothing but it is the measure of quality of load supplied with respect to the source or the generating station. That is, these are all the factors, right? These factors actually tells what is the quality of the load used by the consumer with respect to the generating station, right? So the actual definition for the power factor is nothing but the quality of load supplied by the generating station, and the factor is nothing but the factor or the numerical value that is used to represent the quality of the load supplied by the particular generating station. Okay, this is called power factor. So actually we know one general formula, the power factor means it is the cos phi, right? So but the cos phi is not a correct definition for power factor. Power factor means it gives the measure of quality of load supplied with respect to the generating station, right? That is, the apparent power is sent from the generating station with respect to this generating station. We are representing the quality, that is quality of the load. So that quality of load is represented by using one factor, one number, right? The one fraction, that is called power factor. That is the factor that is used to represent quality of the load supplied with respect to the generating station. This is the correct definition for power factor. So the power factor is nothing but P is the true power, otherwise we can say that real power or utilized power. So its representation is Q and the apparent power representation will be S. So P by S, it represents the power factor. It is normally represented by cos phi. Cos phi is the power factor. The next importance of power factor. So the power factor is a term used to tell about the major part of the power sent by the generating station is fully utilized or not. It is identified by using the term power factor. So the power sent by the generating station is fully utilized, that is the power is not wasted, means the power factor is very high. Suppose the amount of power sent by the generating station is wasted, means the power factor value is very low. So the power factor very high means that utilization of the electrical machine is very high and the conductor is also highly utilized, because that better power factor or higher power factor reduces the losses and it will increase the efficiency of the particular system, and also it avoids the penalties. So if the consumer is maintaining lower power factor, at the time that electricity generating bodies giving penalties to the consumer for maintaining lower power factor. Suppose the particular consumer or big industry is maintaining the better power factor, means that particular generating station reduce some percentage of amount in their electricity bill. So these are all the very importance of power factor. Thank you. Friends, subscribe our channel Triple Encyclopedia for learning all basic concepts comes under electrical and electronics engineering and enhance your knowledge.